JustinaLJ News at 4:32, a better way to find out what's going on in your neighborhood.
Today we have 12 stories that might grab your interest. Here is Lexi with the first story tonight.
Thank you, Justina. President Barack Obama has finally done what millions of fellow Americans are struggling to achieve. He's given up smoking. Yes, he has, his wife Michelle said Tuesday at the White House when asked if he had conquered the habit that began as a teen. It's been almost a year, she said, offering no details. Minnesota's first response to its 4-game losing streak was 6 points in 10 minutes against Iowa. These troubling numbers seem to finally snap the Gophers out of their 2-week slumber. Trevor Milwaukee scored 22 of his 24 points in the second half, and Minnesota broke its losing streak, pounding the Hawkeyes 62-45 on Sunday. Rodney Williams added 13 points for the Gophers, who put an end to their longest skid under Coach Tubby Smith by dominating once surging Iowa over the final 30 minutes. Minnesota erased an early 14-6 deficit with a 24-6 to end the first half. Good job, Gophers! We are going live to Justina with a story about bullying.
Thank you, Lexi. Mean kids' mothers tell their wounded young behave that way because they have an unhappy life or feel inadequate or don't have enough friends, possibly because they somehow lack empathy. But a new strategy suggests some mean kids actually behave that way simply because they can. Contrary to accepted Rufin scholarship, the more popular a middle school or high school student becomes, the more central to the social network of the school, the more aggressive the behavior he or she engages in. At least that was the case in North Carolina, where students from 19 middle high schools were studied for 45 years by researchers at the University of Carolina, Davis. What they have found was that only 1/3 of the students engaged in any bullying at all, but those who were more popular bullied more.
We're going live to Jade with entertainment, including news on Charlie Sheen.
Thanks, Lexi. Now, why Sheen was fired from 2.5 Men. What's the opposite of a winner? And page after page of bad language, the producers of 2.5 Men justified firing Charlie Sheen by painting the actor as a self-destructive, sick addict who is deteriorating mentally and physically while scorning those who have tried to help him. In an unusually personal appeal, an attorney for Warner Brothers Television tells the actor's lawyer in a letter that those close to the star should focus your energies on what no one so far has been able to do. Get your client the substantial, rigorous, and effective treatment he so urgently needs. It is clear that Sheen has no intention of agreeing to the intensive evaluation and treatment. Now for Britney Spears' single leak. Tracks leaking online has been a problem for musicians seeking to control the release of their records. Although Spears quickly took to Twitter to promote the formal premiere of the track on Ryan Seacrest's radio show on Friday, she also announced the full track listing for Femme Fatale, which goes on sale March 29th, and will test the public's appetite for the latest Spears comeback. Rachel Zoe. She dressed everyone from Cameron Diaz to Demi Moore to Eva Mendes. But Rachel Zoe says there's one celebrity you won't see her styling anytime soon. Snooki. Zoe has never seen an episode of Jersey Shore, but she says the reality star shouldn't take her comments personally. It's nothing against Snooki, she insists. Looking back on her first workload, now that she's expecting her first baby, Zoe was recently named Hollywood Reporter's most powerful fashion player. Still, she claims she doesn't feel very mighty. More on her later. Now, back to Justina.
Thank you, Jade. That was quite interesting. In other news, boom goes the generation! When Levon Hirsch Clower of Asbury, Iowa, was born in 1946, echoes of World War II could still be heard reverberating around Europe. Less than a year earlier, Adolf Hitler still walked the earth, and the Nuremberg trails were steaming ahead earnestly, the world looking for clues on how we should feel about the Nazis. American soldiers by the thousands were arriving back home, soldiers trying to forget the war they just experienced, soldiers who wanted to start families and move on with their lives. And so it was. The first so-called baby boomers were born in homes and hospitals around the U.S. Baby boomers in the U.S. will be turning 65 every day for the next 19 years at an approximate rate of 10,000 per day. Estimates are that there are around 78 million baby boomers, and according to the Pew Research Center, 13% of Americans are older than 65 right now. Now we go back to Lexi with sports.
Thank you, Justina. With his season over, Brett Keasley is ready to scratch his scuffy style. Forget fear the beard, much to the disappointment of the Bushy Girls' nearly 300,000 Facebook fans. It's time to shear the beard. It's coming off soon, Keasley said. I'm not exactly sure when or how it's going to happen, but it's going to come off soon. It was a good thing. I think looking back, I wouldn't change it. Win or lose the Super Bowl, Keasley's lumberjack look was in for a makeover. He had promised not to cut or trim the reddish-brown beard as long as the Steelers kept winning. Out on the floor of the Beckman High School gymnasium, jubilant Monticello girls basketball players celebrated their victory and its reward, a trip to the Iowa Class 2A state tournament. Back inside the school, two girls representing the present and future of the Bellevue program were joined in an emotional embrace, their sobs echoing through the otherwise empty hallway. Bellevue was unable to pull off a second consecutive top 10 upset during Monday night's regional final. The Comets beat 5th-ranked Maquoketa Valley last week in the semifinals, but on Monday night could not handle the pressured defense of 8th-ranked Monticello in a 49-35 defeat.
We now have breaking news. A lock of the Beeb's hair just got sold. We now go live to Jade with the deets.
That's right, Justina. I'm here with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber should grow his hair out for another round of trimming. Surely there's another charity that could use that kind of cash that the lock of his hair goes for. Ellen DeGeneres tweeted that for her birthday, she wanted world peace and a lock of Bieb's hair. And now, 17-year-old star came through, swinging by DeGeneres' daytime show in February to deliver the belated gift. The duo teamed up to turn the present into a fundraiser for the Gentle Barn, a non-profit organization that rescues abused farm animals. DeGeneres auctioned the lock of hair on eBay February 23rd, and the final bid came in today at $40,668. The bidder will receive the lock of hair enclosed in a plexiglass box signed by the Beeb himself. Do you have anything else to say?
No.
All right, back to you, Justina.
There is now a new weight loss surgery. Gastric bypass surgery is more effective at helping severely obese patients lose weight and control diabetes than lap band surgery, according to a new study. If you have severe obesity and diabetes, the better procedure is gastric bypass. The results are not as good with the band, says the study leader author, Dr. Guilherme Campos. Here's another way to look at it. Let's say a patient weighs 360 pounds and his ideal body weight is 160 pounds. With the gastric bypass, the patient could expect to lose about 128 pounds in 1 year. With lap band surgery, he could expect to lose only 72 pounds in a year. 5 people died and 1 person survived the crash of a twin-engine corporate plane in Long Beach this morning, the Los Angeles Times reports. The plane, a Beechcraft King air turboprop, crashed in a wall of flames about 10:30 a.m. PT, the Federal Aviation Administration, said the plane, owned by a Los Angeles-based company, crashed shortly after taking off as the pilot attempted to return to a Long Beach airport. 5 people were declared dead at the scene, and the 6th was taken to a local hospital with serious injuries. No identities yet of the victims or the corporation.
Now for our commercial break. I
No! Don't be like her. Get your green today. Go green! You can have 2 pairs of these shamrock headbands for $3. Woo!
Please call 1-800-SHAMROCK.
For your pair today.
Please call 1-800-SHAMROCK.
For your pair today.
I will now wear green.
And now, here's Willie Bush with the weather. How's it out there, Willie?
It's raining sideways.
Well, don't you have an umbrella?
Had one.
Well, where is it?
2 miles down the road, inside out.
There you have it. Thanks, Willie. For more on these stories, go to JustinaLexeeJadeNewsiii.m4v. Good night!
Those are worthless. Welcome to JLJ. I can't do it. I can't. Welcome to
For the gentle barn. The barn?
Breaking news.
I don't know the rest. Don't cut it!
I don't know that first part.
Contrary. See ya.
Back inside.
Back home, soldiers trying to forget the war they just experienced.
The duo turned up.
Mbakwi?